Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have the newly EZA'd version Z update LR Goku to try out today. And it's been a busy day for Dokkan. Massive update, a lot of game changes, a whole bunch of units been added to the game. We have all the new free-to-play units that have come with the new revamped tutorial, which I can't lie. If you're a new player in 2024 on Dokkan, it's so good. So good. I'll be trying out the full team in a video probably tomorrow, and then maybe try them out in some difficult content, just to see how far we can really take them, to see how good they are. But starting off with just the version Z update Goku. He is rainbowed, he is level 10 links. Of course, everyone can get him for free, whether you're a new player, old player, returning player. It does not matter. His dupe system's still the same as it was before. I do need to get a few copies. I'm probably going to change it just a little bit, maybe throw in some dodge as well. And this is the thing we're rocking him on. One thing that is going to hurt him a little bit using him on, let's just say, premium teams with the premium units, is he's not going to link all that well with them. You know, it's a DB Saga Goku, or sorry, a Saiyan Saga Goku, and there aren't really too many units to put with him who are also premium units or good enough to go in the difficult content, if that makes sense. Like, by all means, he'll probably be fine on basically the tutorial team, but you'll probably be missing quite a few of his links. Like right now, we really don't have too many links active. But nonetheless, what is his starter turn stats? We have 247k attack, 191k defense. I love the new update, by the way. It literally shows how many turns in battle a unit's been there, how many times they've attacked, how many times they super attacked, how many times they've been hit, dodged, guarded, all of those things, which is actually really helpful when, you know, you have units you need to build up through attacking, being hit, dodging, etc, etc. I'm loving the look of this new update already. Now, in terms of linking, I don't think it really matters who we put him next to, but we are going to leave him in slot 1, because if we do put him in slot 1, he does have guaranteed guard, and also for the first 3 turns from his entry, he does have 30% damage reduction. So that's guard, 30% damage reduction. You know what? 19k isn't too bad on the normal. This is probably going to hurt a bit though. 183. Do you know what? That's not bad. 8.75 million, I think that was. But that's not bad. Again, this is a free-to-play unit. This is a unit that you don't really have to grind an event for. This is literally a unit that comes from a tutorial. This is a unit everyone can get their hands on, and is a free-to-play unit that you can completely max out for free. We're in against God Goku in the original Supreme Magnificent Battle, so to take 19k on a normal as a free-to-play unit, to me, that's solid. And then 180k on a super attack. Yeah, you know, we all want our slot 1 units to take, you know, way less than that, but again, a free-to-play unit to take 180k on not the hardest, but one of the harder enemies in the game, again, especially in comparison to a free-to-play unit that comes from the tutorial, to me, that's a very good start. A very good start. I'll take those numbers all day. All day I'll take those numbers. He does stack on his 18 key by 50% each time, and then he'll greatly raise attack by 50% for 1 turn. On 12 key, does greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn as well. Starts the turn with a key +2, attack and defense plus 159%. Does gain an additional 59% attack and defense on super. So he was even missing some stats in slot 1. So for him to take 19k and 180k on a super, I'll take that all day on a free-to-play unit. As already mentioned, does guard all attacks as the first attacker on a turn, has 30% damage reduction for 3 turns from his entry, does launch an additional super within the same turn after receiving an attack, so that means sliding into slot 1. You want him to be there. You know, gets guard, if he gets hit, he'll get a guaranteed additional. You want him to be there. His main thing is for new players to have him to carry you through some of the more challenging events that are going to be challenging to new players on that Saiyan Saga team that you get from the tutorial. That's what this Goku's meant for. So the fact he's taking those kind of numbers in the hardest of the hardest difficult content in the whole of Dokkan, is actually really impressive. Really impressive. We do have a few more links active because we are next to EZA Tech Goku and Vegeta. 401k attack stat, 362k defense with guard and 30% damage reduction. We still have that, by the way. So I'm not gonna lie, he should be tanking now, even before he supers and gets some extra numbers. He should be tanking pretty much for double digits at this point on normals. I mean, we're going to see what he takes on a super. Now, in the hardest content, if you are going to take him there, you definitely want him to avoid those. 119 isn't too bad at all. And then up to an 11.2 million attack stat. That's another stack on defense, by the way. He does infinitely stack. But I'll take that. Double digits on normals in slot 1. 119k on super. Don't get me wrong, if you were going to use this guy seriously in the most difficult content, you know, where we test all these other units out, new EZAs, new units, you probably want him to avoid a super attack as much as possible. But as I said, he's not built for that. He's meant to go in slot 1, but he's not built for that. He's not a premium unit you summon for, maybe even spend money for, that is going to tank a 2.5, 2.7, close to 3 million attack stat from Beast, from Janemba, from eventually Go Frieza, from Bulma in the new Heroine battle. Or Heroine battle. Not to be confused with the drugs, stay away. You know, is he going to be tanking those well in slot 1 before he gets some extra stats? No. But, you know, you don't expect that because he's a free-to-play unit. So the fact he's doing so well even here means they've done a very good job on his EZA. Very, very good job. But not only that, he does gain an additional attack and defense plus 10% of each attack received, up to 30, which he's probably got by now. Now, of course, to see where a unit's actually built up to now, you can check that easily. Or if you just forgot, you can just click here and you can go, oh, Goku's been hit 5 times. He's definitely built up that full 30% he gets. Honestly, really loving this new update. They've done such a good job with this. And with the free-to-play units and his EZA. He does also get a 15% crit chance per superclass ally on the team, which goes up to 59%, which we're pretty much going to do. He's always going to be on a superclass team, even here, but mainly primarily when you're going to be using him like he's meant to be, with all of those new free-to-play Saiyan Saga units as well. And of course, he does still support by giving all allies P +3 in attack and defense plus 40%. And then as long as you have him in slot 1 or you're attacking an extreme class enemy, Goku will also get Ki +3 and attack and defense plus 59%. But we do have his active skill ready to go, which of course we can use from turn 5, where he's going to raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy. So let's pop this and see what he's going to be putting out.
I don't think he can fight anymore.
I mean, it wasn't a lot, but, you know, it's a free-to-play unit against, you know, one of the hardest events in the game, right? That's fine. But where have we got to in terms of defense? 761k. I mean, for a free-to-play unit, he can actually stack pretty quickly. Getting 50% defense per 18's key super he does, it means he can stack fairly quickly. Now, we are on probably the hardest part of the entire event. He has lost his 30% damage reduction. Of course, does still have his guard. But we're up to over 700k defense. So double digits on normals. Taking even less now. 21 and 57 damage. 11.28 million. Which again, for a free-to-play unit is very good damage. Very solid indeed. Not to mention, he has 59% crit just built in. Because we're surrounded by superclass units. Which again, naturally you're just going to do on the teams that you do build him on. Especially that free-to-play team. But all in all, for a free-to-play EZA, for what he's meant for, which is, as I said, to be kind of the standout unit on this free-to-play team for newer players, he can easily carry you through, and the same can be said to the team. But he's going to be a standout and easily carry you through in all the beginning content that's going to start being difficult to newer players, like early SBR stages you can fit him on, early ESBR stages, taking him through all the Dokkan events, maybe some early doors EZAs, you know, going through the story content, quest content, going through even some of the other challenge events that are now not difficult to any of us. This Goku is going to be very, very good for all of that. all while still being able to compete in some of the slightly more difficult events that seasoned players like you and me and, you know, some of the other people that have been playing maybe a little bit less than us, but, you know, still been playing for a little bit. The difficult content that we're taking units into. So he's still more than kind of holding his own. Do you want him to be super attacked by like a 2.5 million plus super attack in slot 1? No, because he'll probably get you killed. But then if you can somehow avoid those, if you can get lucky enough to avoid those, it does look like he could probably hold his own. And for a free-to-play unit, can actually be somewhat usable. So he's going to be an absolute standout, as I said, when it comes to all the other content that you're actually going to be using this Goku for, which is for newer players. You know, he has guard as long as he's in slot 1. He's got damage reduction for 3 turns. That helps him build up his extra attack and defense. Not that it's a lot. You know, now we've got the counter to see where we're up to in terms of the build up. He supports, has built-in crit, built-in additional. He also stacks defense. So, you know, we're only on turn 6. If we actually used him, guard and what? At this point, over 800k defense. Goku is actually usable in difficult content. You just have to keep him out of the way of supers. So considering he's a tutorial LR that everyone can get for free but is mainly for new players, he's very, very good. But overall, I'm very impressed with what Dokkan's done with this new update, and especially what they've done with this EZA Goku. Fair play, honestly. Dokkan, pat yourself on the back, take a bow. You've done very, very well. But let me know your thoughts on this Goku down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.